October 1st, and I am super excited to jump into all of the Nanowrimo and Preptober stuff that's going on this month. I'm so excited to watch everyone on YouTube go through this journey with me, and I wanted to talk about what my plan is for this month and what we're going to be talking about for the next month, as well as introduce the book that I'm writing for Nanowrimo. I'm super excited for it. It's in a genre that I've never written in before. Technically, I wrote my first try at noveling was in the same genre, but I've never actually finished a book in this genre. So, for this month, first of all, I'm so excited it's October. This is my favorite time of year. I love absolutely everything to do with Halloween, and a lot of that has to do with, obviously being witchy, and it's just a great time of year. It's just fun all around. You get to dress up. You've got all of the pumpkins. You've got candy corn. The best candy corn is little pumpkin candy corns. Oh, so good. They're so good. I don't know why they taste different, but they do. Don't argue with me on it. I'm really excited for Halloween this year. Obviously, we have the baby. I don't know what we're doing for her costume yet, but I think that we're going to go as the Princess Bride. Reed has a mustache right now, which he's never had before. So, well, he's had one before, but he's never kept it before. So I think that's what we're going to do, and maybe we'll dress her up as like an ROUS or something. I don't know. But anyway, back to Preptober. This year for Preptober, I'm going to be going through my outline. I've already got a really extensive outline from reading Save the Cat for the novel that I'm writing for November. But I'm going to be going through that, reorganizing it, and making sure that the outline is as perfect as possible. The last two NaNoWrimos that I did, I went in with little to no prep work at all. And it was, I won both years, but it was a hot mess. It was an absolute mess. The first year, 2 years ago, I actually had to call in sick the last day of November in order to finish. And I ended up writing, I think, like 7,000 or 8,000 words that day. Because I just had no plan. I had no plan where it was going. So every word that I wrote was like pulling teeth because I didn't know what to do. So this year I'm going in with an extensive plan. I've mentioned in previous videos that this year I'm actually aiming for 80,000 words on my book in November. So we'll see if I make it there. 50,000 is obviously a lot in itself, but I am a stay-at-home wife, so I want to push myself to do a little bit more, and also push myself to manage my time a little bit better than I have been, which is part of what NaNoWrimo really is about. It's not just about writing as many words as you can in November. It's also about learning how you can remanage your time and work writing and creativity in general into your schedule. So, with that being said, my outline still needs some work. I've got a new book that I'm going to be reading. It's Story Genius by, I think it's Lisa Cron. I don't know if I'm saying that right or not, but I'm going to be reading through that book, and then with the new knowledge gleaned from it, going back through my outline and making sure that it's everything that I want it to be, and that it has all of the components I want and in the order that I want and that makes the best sense. And then after that, I'm going to really focus on, well, not after, but along with that, I'm going to really focus on my character development and make sure that I personally know who the characters are, so that when they do things in the book, it makes sense rather than just going in blind that way. So I'll be doing some videos on how I'm doing character development and how I really get to know my characters so that I know how they would react in situations. Other than that, I'm also going to be doing kind of a storyboard, hopefully, and going through like how I organize my desk and what things I stock up on to make sure that I'm always ready to write when I have those 5 minutes that I can write in. Because one of the worst things is having, either inspiration strike or finally having that 5, 10, 30 minutes to an hour to write during November, and then not having that like key component that makes writing better, whether that's wine, coffee, snacks, what have you, or, you know, your favorite writing music list, which is another thing that we'll be going through, is how I create a writing soundtrack. So I'll go over that and make my soundtrack, and then also make a tracker for this year with Canva, and I'll try and show you guys some of that as well, so that I can kind of keep track for myself and make sure that I'm staying on track. And then, let's see, so I'll make the tracker, I'll do all my character development, and then I'm going to just kind of go over some last minute tips and tricks. That'll be near the end of November though, or not the end of November, the end of October, a little bit closer to NaNoWrimo. And I hope you guys come along on the journey with me. I think it's going to be a lot of fun, and I'm excited to see what we all get done. For my project, official announcement of what my project is, I'm actually going to be writing an urban fantasy. This is my first time trying to finish an urban fantasy novel. I started one in high school. I mentioned it in a previous book. It was written by a high school girl, a high school teen. We'll just put it that way. But it is focused on a witch named Halima who has to return home after having a pretty successful career as a dark witch hunter. And when she goes home, she sees that, you know, obviously some things have changed from when she was younger. And there's werewolves, there's vampires, as in all good urban fantasies. And, you know, hijinks ensues. So right now I have a title for the book, but I actually decided earlier today that I think I'm going to change it. I think that the title gives away too much. So title is work in progress right now. I'm not quite sure what I'm going to end up naming it. I might end up giving it to a couple beta readers before naming it, and then seeing and like giving them a few options to see which ones they think really like line up best with it. But either way, I'm really hoping to turn this into a full series. So I actually have book ideas for the next like 6 books plotted out. A lot of which actually came to me while I was reading The Saves the Cat for novel writing. Just like, that's something that really helps me when I'm trying to plot out a book, is reading books on writing and plotting, and as I'm reading them, like different ideas of like, oh, this could happen in the book, or oh, this could happen in the book, and either that turns into a small idea for the current book, or a small idea for a specific book, or its own book idea that can be expanded upon into its entire, you know, an entire 80 to 100,000 word book. So that's really great. I'm really hoping to get a lot from the Story Genius book. I'll let you guys know what I think about it. Hopefully in a couple weeks once I finished it. It's on loan from the library, so I gotta finish it quick and get it back so someone else can read it. So I'll let you know if it's worth picking up at the library or worth buying when I'm done reading it. Obviously just in my opinion, but I'm really excited for that. I'll try and include some vlogs in there and maybe do some, you know, some outline with me's and some write with me's. I hope you guys are as excited for October as I am. I really can't wait to go through this with you guys. I hope you guys like this video, and I hope you like and subscribe down below. I'll see you guys next week for some more Preptober fun and Preptober information. And have a great week and happy October.